Hello everybody and welcome to my life lately. So today I'm going to be doing a fun video. I almost lost track of time, so this is coming very close to December, but I am just doing the setup for today, and the audio here might be a little bit different than the audio you're going to hear next. I had to do the audio last night, and then I found out that I had some background noises in certain sections, so I'm redoing the audio this morning, and hopefully I can get this video up today. Today is Sunday, so we will see. But those are the two washies I were showing you. I only ended up using the bookish washi, the bigger one, and you'll see here how I'm going to make that effect look really cool. So hopefully you'll stick around and check it out. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and line everything up to see if everything fits. And I realized that I'm going to take the December washi and put that at the very bottom, so that way I can do the washi tear effect above it with the larger washi. So you'll see what I'm doing, but I'm super excited that this entire video I was able to edit it so that you guys can see up close and get that zoom in. I know a lot of you guys who check out my channel enjoy seeing everything really close up, so for those of you guys who do enjoy that, you guys will be excited because this entire video I was able to get my editing app to cooperate for me, so that's nice. Now I'm the one that failed because of course I had to have some sort of background noise in the back to where I had to fix the issue before it became an issue. So I am loving that Helen made that change this past year with the washi strips being cohesive to where you can just keep going throughout the entire strip, because it makes saving like the extra washi so much better than having, you know, two separate strips with two tiny little pieces of washi. So I'll be saving that for probably one of the months in December, or sorry, one of the days in December. Save that washi there. And then here is the other washi that I decided to go with. Like I was saying, I am lining it up so that I can create that tear effect without having to completely cover the two bottom boxes there in December. Now, the days following Wednesday through Sunday, it won't really matter, but I still end up repeating that look on the other side as well. Now I'm not going to go ahead and go through the entire length of this just because we have the sidebar that I don't necessarily need it to have the ripped edges, and I think it kind of looks cool to see it flow downwards on this side here. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but I'm sure you can see it. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and stick that down as well. And then up at the top, I'm using the extra washi to give it that fun look. I know some of it will be covered up by the weekday stickers, but I think it'll look cute. It'll be cute. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other side, but I'm also going to press it down into the paper to create the stark line look rather than having it ripped. So I'll press it down into the paper, rip it with my ruler, and then I will then rip or tear the washi up to make it look kind of like the other side. Yeah, I know a lot of my viewers enjoy coming to my channel because they can see everything that I'm doing, because I'm able to zoom in super close and you guys get to see exactly where I'm putting things or how I'm writing things or whatever it is that you guys like so much to see it so close. But I was always having trouble with my editing app, and today I said, you know what? It doesn't matter how long it takes me. I'm going to give my viewers what they want, even if it takes me a long time. So yeah, here I'm going to go ahead and put the other part up at the top, and I don't know, I just like how it turned out. This is something that I haven't done before in my monthly, so it was a lot of fun to change things up a little bit. I'm getting inspired by all of the fun things I'm doing in my other planner, so yeah, well, try some new things out here too. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my December monthly sticker and the monthly box sticker with the little art and stick those down. The cool thing about Helen's stickers, or her sticker kits, is if you get the ones that are like the matte, you don't really have to use a whiteout before sticking them down. You probably won't be able to see through those stickers. Now, if you get the washi tape ones or the washi paper ones, then you'll have to do whiteout beforehand. So here I'm going to go ahead and grab all of the weekday stickers so I can place those, and that way you guys can kind of see how much it actually covered, which I didn't think it covered too much. It still looks okay in my opinion, but it was just fun to do some layering in this month. If you guys just recently celebrated Thanksgiving, how was it? And what is your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving? I know for me, it is the sweet potatoes, like the sweet potato casserole. That is my absolute favorite. I love them so much. It used to be mashed potatoes, but now it's sweet potatoes. I'm definitely a big sweet potato fan. And of course, all of the desserts. I was in charge of making cookies, and of course, I had to mess up my cookies. They turned out okay. They were still edible, and my kids were obsessed with them, but I was mad at myself because I can make some really good cookies, and then of course, whenever I have to make something for somebody else, I always have to ruin it somehow. But overall, we had a very good Thanksgiving. The kids had a blast. My daughter's actually staying at my parents' house currently, and she's just been enjoying the weekend with my parents and her cousins. So yeah, I've just been able to get some quiet time here with just the little ones. As much quiet time as I can get, at least. But here I'm going to go ahead and take some of these. I know Helen uses them for the Hobonichi to cover up the red and the darker shades so that way your month can look cohesive, but I've always used them as like quarter boxes. They work for me, and I'm glad she doesn't put the numbers on them because then they would be almost useless in my opinion, or you could cover them with a sticker, but I'm grateful that she does it this way. I can use them to mark in just the odd things that happen throughout the month. Maybe not like event type things, but things like late start days and no school days. That's kind of what I use them for. Here I'm using the little tiny washi icons in, I think it's the clock. I don't remember. I know I showed you guys what it was called, but I was not paying attention. I'm going to go ahead and use these as my little sticker to mark in late start days. I'll come back and write everything in afterwards, but we're going to go ahead and stick down another sticker. I always forget these, as you can see. Most of the time I restick them back, after I'm done filming. I had a bean sticker stuck to me just now, but Yeah, I always have to go back and add these in after I'm done filming because I forget the wacky holidays all the time. And here I'm just showing you that this one was Eat a Red Apple Day for December 1st. I'm a big fan of green apples over red apples, but Honeycrisp apples are also really good. So if I were to eat a red apple, it would be Honeycrisp for sure. The next one is Cookie Day, and that falls on the 4th of December. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick them down. I do love how these stickers are separate. You can pretty much stick it however you want to. You could even write it in yourself if you didn't want the stickers, but my handwriting is always kind of wacky sometimes, and I'm also really terrible at spelling. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm sure those of you guys who have been here for a little bit have seen it already, but this final one here is the thank you note day for the 21st. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that there. But yeah, no, I don't know what it is about me and spelling. We don't mix. My husband likes to make fun of me sometimes because it should be common sense, but a lot of the times it just does not click for me. Me and spelling do not click. Here I was trying to decide if I wanted to use that sticker and I decided against it, so I put it back. I always have this feeling where, oh, I could use this one for a better day, and I choose a different one. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a sticker for the 3rd of December. Now we have a Santa story time at our library, and I want to take the 2 little ones to that. So here I'm going to use the tiny icons in the book one. I'm going to go ahead and stick that with that box there. But yeah, supposedly they're going to do like a little Santa something, and I guess there's going to be a story time with it. I thought it'd be kind of fun to take the kids to that. Not sure if I'm going to end up going, just because it's been really, really bad here as far as weather goes. And my husband just sneezed. Hold on. I had to stop to say bless you, of course. So here I'm going to go ahead and stick down another sticker for the 12th, which is a Friday. It is for Kalani's, there's a reindeer day. They're going to dress up, or at least use like reindeer headbands and whatnot at school, getting ready for the holidays. And then the second one that I just set down is for the Polar Express Day. That day they get to wear their pajamas and they're going to watch the Polar Express. I don't know if it's like a whole school event, but it was definitely in the email, so I'm assuming it's for the entire school. And here I'm going to go ahead and use the sticker I just pulled for Christmas Day, of course on the 25th. You'll see a little bit later I actually mess up and write Christmas Eve here. I have to mess up something. You know, if you've been around here, you'll know that there isn't one video that I have not messed up at least once in. In this other little flag box here, I'm going to write New Year's Eve, of course. And then I'm getting a sticker for my parents, or like my family Christmas party that we're having at my family's house. And we're doing that on the 20th. So the kids are super excited about that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab 2. Oh, no, I'm in a different section. Okay, I'm gonna grab one for the start of winter break for Kalani's school. They are done on the 20th, or no, the 19th. That's the last day of their school until 2026. So I'm going to use the little pencil icon to kind of note that that's a school event thing and that they are done with school for the year, which is so crazy to think about. I want to get all my videos done and filmed before she goes on break, but depending on when these stickers come in the mail will be when I can finish my 2026 planner. And these two here in the sidebar are going to be my normal. I like to put videos and books in the sidebar, and I don't know why I grabbed the icons from a different kit. They just, I'm not even sure. Don't ask me why. I know they still match. Like this book here is like a brown color, so it fit right in. And then the computer is a light blue, so her kits kind of, they work for most, other months. If you only have one, you could usually use it for multiple months because the colors kind of match. So don't ask me why. I don't know why I did that. But I do like to mark in my books and the videos in the monthly here. So then I'm going to go ahead and pull this subscription, Coffee Monster Co. subscription little card thing. It also has like a tiny little checkbox in it, so you can say, you did that, you paid for it. And then I found my little onesie sticker book. This was back in like 2019 when she did this, and I had already pulled the sticker out. This is the little onesie flag that I'm going to use, but it has a little reindeer on it. So what I'm going to do is actually cut the reindeer off of the flag. So that way I have like a little peeping little reindeer for the reindeer day I was telling you guys about on the 12th. So here I'm just cutting off the little edge pieces so that it kind of fits right up there. And please ignore my crazy looking scissors. There's always like washi tape and things stuck to this set of scissors. Like it's not even cleaned off half the time. It's still got stickers left over on it. But there, I put it right off of that little box, so it looks like it's peeping behind the box and it's popping its head out. And then here is the little movie marathon stickers for like the Christmas theme. And I've had these for a while as well, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that for the Polar Express Day. So yeah, I'm sure she's super excited about the pajama day at school, and it's the last day until their winter break, so she's gonna be super excited. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Pentel Energel Clenna in, I think it's 0.4, to write everything in. I tried to go ahead and speed through the writing a little bit so that way you didn't see me write super slow, because I tend to do that when I'm farther away from what I'm writing on. And if any of you guys have been keeping up with my life lately, you would know I've been working on this retro daisy square blanket for almost a year. I did put it down for about 7 to 8 months maybe. I'm also going to use this little sticker as like a deco piece for the Christmas party. But I've been working on that since last year, and I put it down to work on a baby blanket for my youngest. And then after my youngest was born, she took up a lot of my free time, so I set down my blanket and didn't pick up crocheting for months and months, and I finally finished it. I want to say it was like a week or so ago, and I am obsessed with it. My husband actually has been using it all the time. He really likes it, so it's been nice to finally say I finished a full-size blanket. If any of you guys crochet, you would know that there's probably a lot of work in progress. Things you guys started and then waited and didn't finish for a while. Oh, here, that is where I messed up. As you can see, I wrote LOL. I wrote Christmas Eve. Oops. But yeah, I'm super happy that I was finally able to finish that. I started another project as well. It is a star blanket, but this one has only 5 ends or tips, whatever you want to call them, whereas the first star blanket that I made my mother-in-law was the original star blanket from Betty McKnit. So the one that I'm working on right now actually has no, like, there's no pattern I'm following. I'm just going, and whatever I feel like doing, I'm doing it. So this one has been really kind of like a breath of fresh air, because I don't feel like I have to stop what I'm doing to double check my work or anything to make sure I'm not messing up the pattern or something like that. So it's been fun. I did finish my sister-in-law's little crochet plant pot thing that I was going to make her last year for Christmas, and totally did not get enough time to finish it. And then I was going to do it for her birthday, and then I put down crochet for a while. So it's been kind of nice to get back in it for a little bit. It's one of the cozy hobbies I like doing in the fall and winter time. And then I don't do it very much during the summer because we're outside a lot more. So here I'm writing, the videos in the books, but I'm also going to go ahead and stick down the little circle stickers that come in the monthly kit. I'm just going to use 2 because for the month of December, we have 2 book club picks, one of them being Hollow. I cannot think of who it's by. Hold on. It is by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. That one just came out in November, and I am so excited that this one was a book club pick for this month, and it won. The other one is Leave Me Behind by K.M. Mornova. I don't think I'm saying that right, but both of these books have been on my TBR for quite some time. Obviously, Hollow just came out, so it's just been one I've been waiting for. So I'm super excited to be able to read both of them in the month of December without having to put aside, something else instead. So we're going to go ahead and flip over to the habit trackers now. I did wait a little bit for the ink to settle. In my 2026 setup, I do think I'm going to put the habit tracker sort of information and all of that stuff, whether that be the setup and that all of that stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to put that in its own separate video, because I know I get a lot of comments on how I use my habit tracker and how I create the look that I have and everything like that. So I think I'm going to make a completely separate video. That way, when those of you guys who have never been to my channel and have questions, I can send you right to a video explaining my habit tracker instead of having to send you off on a little goose hunt looking for the specific video that I kind of explained everything in it. So hopefully that helps any of you guys who are wondering, and any of you guys who are new here and who are wondering. I'll have a whole video on it, and hopefully that helps you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and write these same exact habits that I've been tracking for most of this year. So the heat kicked on and I had to stop what I was doing and turn off the heat so that way you didn't hear that in the background. And I completely forgot my train of thought. Like it's gone. So I don't remember what I was saying, and I apologize. But my normal habits here, that nothing's changing for the month of December, but in the new planner there's going to be a lot of changes. So I'm really excited to have a completely separate video for that setup and kind of explanation on my habit tracker, and it will also include my yearly tracker that the complete planner has. If you have the daily planner, you don't have the yearly tracker, so this is the only tracker you have in this planner. And then we're gonna go ahead and flip over to my goals page. In the daily planner, you have a empty page right before the month, or the first of the month, sorry. And it's kind of where I just write my goals and my status updates, kind of things that I want to, be ready for the month. And I also write my TBR here. So the nice thing about these stickers, as I was saying earlier in the monthly part of the setup, is you don't have to use whiteout with the matte stickers that Helen came out with. And for quite a few of the months I had used the washi stickers, but I was trying to save a little money when I bought these ones, and I just bought the plain matte paper, which is, it's just as nice, it's just not as thin, and I don't mind that. So if you do mind that, I would highly recommend the washi ones. You just have to make sure you white out everything beforehand. And here I kind of showed you guys that I was putting this sticker right at the middle mark. There's like a tiny, like very hard to see little dot on the middle of the page here, and that's where I had stuck the corner of that sticker. And then I'm going to go ahead and change it up this month and put this sticker right across from it instead of down at the bottom like I normally would stick the stickers. I'm also going to go ahead and use some of these stickers on the first of the month just because I forget to use them, and I don't know, I just was like, you know what, I might as well just stick these down while I'm at it as well. Give you guys everything I'm doing to set up for the month of December because it's literally right around the corner. I'm still in shock. I'll probably be in shock even when we hit the first of the year and I'm in the new planner already. I'll be in shock then too. But I'm going to go ahead and put that sticker right in the corner up at the top. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it kind of marking the line between my to-do list and where I journal. And if you guys were wondering how I line everything up, if you see the middle dot there, I always jump over towards the left side about 3 or 4 boxes depending on how much journaling I feel like doing. But yeah, go ahead and stick that down there, and that is how I write my page out. This sticker here I'm going to use for the little sign to say TBR, and I'll write my books underneath that. And normally I'll write books in this little sticker, but this month I was feeling like writing exactly what it is, and that's a TBR. So after I wrote it out though, I was wishing I used my Tombow marker just because it would have been a little bit thicker. Now I don't know what Tombow marker this is. It is the only marker I have that's closest to this kit, and I want to say it's like 52, but I want to say it's like an N52 maybe. I don't know. Please don't quote me on it because the sticker or the markings have come off, and that was before I knew to put a little piece of clear tape over the lettering so I don't lose the little markings of what color it is. So I do have everything swatched. I just don't have my swatch sheet with me. It's actually in my new planner already, so I can't tell you which one it is. But I'm going to go ahead and write YouTube down here because this is where I write my little stats and whatnot. Everything is changing in the new planner and I'm so excited about it. But here I just kind of mark out how big I want my little section to be so I don't go too far over, because I don't know about you, but after I start, shading something in, I don't realize how far I've gone until it's too late. So I always do like my corners, and then I know not to go any further. Then I'm gonna take my Tombow Fedenosuke brush tip pen in soft tip and write goals right over top of the word goals already, just because that's how I like it. I know I've said I don't know why I do that in the past, but it just flows really nicely. I like it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the YouTube one as well. And then I'm going to write planner channel and plant channel in these boxes. That way I know which channel I'm talking about when I'm writing all the info down. Now I won't be filling this part out until the first of the month. So it's not the first of the month yet, and I'm hoping I can get this video up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Sunday, today is Saturday. So keeping my fingers crossed that the editing portion and all of that works for me. Now here I'm going to go ahead and write my goals, and I'm really happy I was able to zoom in for you guys because it just makes it easier for you guys to see what I am writing. But the goal for December, the first goal for December, is finish the star blanket that I'm working on. I'm about halfway done with it. I think maybe a little less than halfway done with it, but I think I can finish it if I really get working on it. And then the other one is finish setting up my 2026 planner. I'm really kind of worried that things aren't going to pan out the way I'm hoping, but I'm hoping to have that finished before the first of next year. And then the third goal is to use my free time productively. That way I can hopefully feel less overwhelmed coming into the new year. And then the final goal that I'm going to write down is please don't stress. Give yourself time to breathe. That is something that I really need to work on and I feel like that goal is attainable if I really try hard enough. Maybe I won't overwhelm myself with all the things I gotta get done and just try to take in the holiday as a holiday and not stress about what's going on around me and what things I should be getting done, and just enjoy the time. I know every year around the holidays, I am always feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, and I just don't want that to be this year. So yeah, I try to keep my goals attainable. I don't try to go well beyond my limits, but I definitely want to push myself to meet goals, at least. This last month, I've actually been pretty good at my goals, and we're doing all right. So I felt like pushing myself a little bit harder for the month of December, but they're still attainable. So here I'm writing down the TBR again. That way I know what books I want to get done for the month. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are reading any specific books. Let me know. And let me know if either of these 2 books are on your TBR as well, or if you've already finished them. Let me know your opinions on them, because I cannot wait. I can't wait. Like, I want to drop what I'm reading right now just to pick these books up and get going on them. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie in the December 1st page by writing today, and just so that I can mark in my to-dos for the first day of the year. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for the rest of this video. Honestly, don't think there's anything else that I was going to film. I did do a little bit of decorating after I was done filming, but my daughter helped me out with that, so I didn't actually get that filmed in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are doing for the holidays. Bye!